All the protagonist enters the key card and unlocks the door, which they open. Running past an enclosure, they see if they have to walk across a very narrow slip of ground. As they start walking, but suddenly slip and fall into the enclosure. Looking up, they see something. As this thing looks at them, as it runs at them, running Pianosaurus, but then something grabs it and lifts it up before slamming it all over the place. Oh. As something drags it away, and the sound of something being torn apart can be heard. As its Pianosaurus' head slides over there.
I haven't eaten in weeks.
As the protagonist sees someone.
Hiya there, pal. Don't worry, I won't eat you.
As the protagonist realizes you what?
I'm Doey. I was told to expect you.
As Doey looks at the protagonist analyzingly before helping him up, as his body walks away with his head still attached to it since he's made of dough, and then he walks away. As the protagonist looks at Pianosaurus' head and says, "Rest in keys," to Mr. 8 seconds of screen time. No, really, that's how long he lasted before Doey brutally murdered him. As the protagonist walks through interrogation rooms.
Question us here after watching us. Those of us who can speak at all.
As the protagonist jackals after grabbing a tape. Then they open up another door. Crawling into a hole in the wall, they continue forward. After opening up yet another door, they take a left, then right. Moving up books, they find a hole in the wall. Crawling under it, they insert the type labeled the Fiat Incident.
Jeez. Hard to imagine how the company will duck all this under the rock.
Not our problem.
3 here. How many is up now?
58. So far.
Another one over here.
59.
Where's that investigator? Campbell, Lockhart, whatever his name is.
Poking around somewhere? Don't know. You ask me? The culprit's obvious. Just needs to be spelled out plain and clear for the bigwigs.
You think?
Yeah. Rotten eggs come from rotten chickens, you know? Can't get more rotten a chicken than him.
I don't know. Just seems too careless that a guy so smart wouldn't cover his ass. I mean, if the investigator finds evidence of this, being his fault.
Hope Boxy's still hungry.
Got another
60.
Right. And are we just stopping the experiments back where they came from? Acting like all this didn't happen. All over the ice? Because I guarantee it won't be so easy to toss a new coat of paint over 60 visitors dead. Or the dozen research extraction specialists who went swimming in the bellies of those things.
I'm sure that's taken care of already. But I hear there's plans. Something big. Somewhere to put them. With any luck, that means stuff like this, and people like him, will be a thing of the past.
There's more over here.
As the protagonist realizes, so the theater incident was he just a giant genocide. As the protagonist sees Doey, as he squeezes himself through some bars, having to leave his hat behind unfortunately. As the protagonist moves forward.
But I can get you across. Oh yes, definitely.
As the protagonist wonders what he means, so he pulls off the final bar, and he sees Doey turn himself into a literal bridge. as the protagonist makes a jump. As he makes another big jump, and he sees Doey make another bridge.
Have you seen Poppy anywhere?
As the protagonist says no,
Mommy said
not
she
yet.
was around. Somewhere.
Turning, the protagonist realizes that he
Also
knows
said
Doey.
to trust you. I really hope that's true.
As the protagonist says, mentions how, don't worry, they've survived worse. It'll take a lot to kill them. As he hears Doey moving, as the protagonist jumps and moves forward, almost falling again, as he makes one last jump. As the protagonist looks around, as they die to fall damage. As they crouch and see Doey running forward, they see him squeeze
There's a thick
through an
mist
opening.
up ahead. It's not too far from here.
As the protagonist says,
Right.
Moit.
You can't hit through here.
As the protagonist realizes, what the hell, Moit?
Hey, pal. Let's see if we can't get these doors open. You check out there. I'll look back here.
As the protagonist rolls their eyes and mentions how they'll figure it out. As they begin attaching joins. Looking around, they don't see much, before finding a lever on the ground. As they insert it,
Can this help?
as the protagonist realizes, what do you mean by... As the protagonist realizes that Doey could have possibly hit him with it. As the protagonist inserts it, but the lever won't come down. As they touch it, and they move to the last one. Annoyed, they walk up and insert it. Running back, they don't see a lever on it, and they realize, never mind, there is one. As they then realize, wait, nope, that was a different one. Running up to the original one, they realize, indeed, there was not actually a lever. As they go and pull the levers on all the other ones though, just to be safe. As they then run up some stairs to go look for something.
Is that you in there?
As the protagonist says yes. As they then say no, not yet. As they enter the code 3021. Grabbing the last lever, they run back. As they get downstairs, where they look for where the lever was, or where they need to put it. With them as they quickly find it and pull it, the door being pulled open slowly. Walking through, they hear it close. But the protagonist goes forward. Looking around, they don't see much. As they find a note. Opening up another door, they make their way in. As they find a strange vent, with them removing a bunch of boards from it, allowing them to crawl through. Falling down, they look around and find
Our
Doey.
generator's in a pretty bad state, so
As they slap him in the
try
face.
to keep the power off in here. I'll turn it on for you, though. It'll open a door downstairs.
Jumping down, the protagonist looks around and crams himself past a bunch of shelves. Looking around first, the protagonist wonders what's all this about. But he starts to push forward.
Here!
As Doey hands him a battery, which the protagonist happily takes. As they go and look on the other side where they had saw something. As the protagonist looks around, wondering if this is what Doey wanted him to find. Pushing a bunch of boxes out the way, as we all know, there's usually some buried treasure around here. The protagonist finds a gear. Confused, they look around more. Seeing a massive room full of gears, they look for anything else that could be of use. Picking up one lost gear, they get out there. Now having two large gears in their possession. As they insert the gears, looking around for one more, they find another workbench, with them deciding to go check it out. Picking up the gear on it, they walk over and insert it, which fixes the whole thing. As the protagonist wonders, the fences. But they decide to not question it and get moving. Crouching down, they hear something, and they see body bags hanging from the ceiling as they move forward. As they find a chain on the floor, and they hook it up to a fridge. But then they realise there's no handle. And so annoyed, they go and look around for it. As they see a strange little creature. As they see it dropped something that they could use. Looking around, the protagonist doesn't find much. outside more body bags. So they make their way back and insert the lever for pulling it down, allowing them to get the object out of the way. And they continue forward, but suddenly get grabbed as the view reveals Kissy and Puppy. But then they all turn to see something. As something moves outside and it walks past. They're being shown a strange multi-legged thing. As the protagonist looks up at them with Kissy moving them. As the protagonist wonders what the hell a safe haven is. As they look at where they need to go. Waiting for Puppy's signal.
We go.
As they wait.
Go.
As they begin to run as quickly as they can, as the protagonist reaches a strange door labeled Safe Haven, waiting for Kissy and the others to arrive. They knock on it, the door quickly opening, and everyone jumps in. The protagonist turning.
Hurry! Close it!
As a strange machine closes the doors, Doey quickly running over.
What's... Kissy! Goodness. What happened?
We need to get her help. Now!
Poppy. Is that really... right? Take her to one of the beds. I'll check the defenses.
As a robot moves towards, as a boogie boat looks up at Doey before looking at Puppy.
It's him. He's out there.
You brought him down?
As Doey turns to Puppy, coming down, he points at her.
Later. For now, I'll make sure out there is where he stays.
As Doey runs off.
Reactivating the defenses.
As the protagonist walks over, Kissy going toward one of the beds. As the protagonist walks over to Puppy,
Get some rest.
who
okay?
comforts Kissy, who's now with half of Kissy's face being burnt and one of her arms wrapped in a cast.
I
As the protagonist goes to Puppy.
didn't know it had gotten this bad. I need to make this right. What I said on the elevator, it's true. The orphans weren't killed during the hour of Joey. They were taken.
As the protagonist realizes they were
They're
taken,
below, in the labs. The prototype's home. They are alive, but sleeping.
as the protagonist also realizes,
And
sleeping?
he knows we're here. So, if we're going to free them and stop the prototype, we need to plan for both at the same time. The red smoke you redirected from Playcare? It's an accelerant. All it needs is high pressure and a little spark, and it ignites. The plan is this. We'll fill the foundation with smoke and line it with old mining charges. Then once you, me, and Kissy have freed the orphans, our friends here will blow this place sky high. That's our revenge. For now, go to Doey. See what he needs. I'll be here.
As the protagonist walks away, looking around this safe haven, realizing and wondering, what even is this place? Realizing and thinking, it seems to be a sort of,
Hiya, pal.
as he even sees Doey,
Got something I want to talk to you about. In here.
as Doey leads him into another room. Walking in, the protagonist wonders what this is and sees a
I
generator.
heard what you did above. What you survived. If it's all true, then we need your help. The voice out there, the one in the prison, they called him the Doctor. Dr. Harley Sawyer. He was the scientist.
As the protagonist realizes Dr. Harley Sawyer,
Us.
as Doey looks upset for a
Don't know
second.
where he is, how he's still alive, but he works with the prototype. Hunting us, starving us,
As the protagonist
making
backs up,
us sick, and...
as Doey calms down.
He controls it all with an Omni hand, we think. The executives used them. It's a battery, a key, the master control to anything in the entire factory. And with it, he commands everything down here. Everything but this.
As he points at the generator,
Runs completely on its own grid, away from the prison. For a time, it kept us safe. But now... I need you to stop the Doctor. To take his Omni hand. We'll need it for the generator. And if you want red smoke in the Foundation, you'll need it too. The toys out there.
as the protagonist realizes the red hand don't work.
They're my family. I understand what Poppy wants. What she believes is right. Destroy the factory. Destroy him. But I ask you to consider, if we throw everything away, everyone, just to kill the prototype, how much do we waste? I know the others might believe it's right, that we should bury everything, but...
As Doey looks somber as he holds his hat.
Head for the
As he puts it
infirmary
back
whenever
on.
you're ready to leave. There's sewer access inside. That's your safest path to the no man's land. And to him.
As the protagonist
But if
nods.
you need to catch your breath, our safe haven is also yours.
As the protagonist walks away, now wondering what should they really do, and takes into consideration what Doey said. As he goes, the protagonist now going to look around this place, wondering where did this place even come from, though. As the protagonist realizes, so did they build this place, or was it like a time before that?
Just let her in. We don't know, so let's just be careful, especially around her new friend. Shh, I think they might be listening.
As the protagonist rolls their eyes and walks away. As they see graffiti and paintings all on the walls.
So, stay away from me.
Looking around, they realize these critters are starving.
Stomach. It hurts.
As he sees a small dog getting catnapped.
When's the last time you ate? I can't remember, honestly. Neither can I. It feels like forever. What should kill us first, you think? The doctor or hunger? I prefer not to even think about it.
As the protagonist realizes, so the doctor really is starving them.
Please.
As he sees another catnap. As the protagonist says, "Here's some food," or shooting him with flares. As the protagonist sees a tape, which he takes and inserts it.
fine. So, this is what we have to work with.
Do you believe it's doable?
Sure, yeah. It's doable.
Good. Remember, our timetable here is tight. If there's anything you need from me, do not hesitate.
Actually,
As the person
I've got
interrupts
something I
Eddie.
want to talk to you about. It's important.
I'm listening.
My company. We've built a lot for you over the years, and believe me, we've always been accommodating. We just did the work you paid us to do.
And your point here is?
I don't like what I'm supposed to be building here. Look, the game station, whatever. It'll be fun for the kids. Underground production plants. Sure, maximize production. Makes a kind of sense. As much as any of this, I suppose. But this... What in the world would a toy company need with a prison? When my people were building Playcare, all Mr. Ludwig could talk about was how much good it could do. And all you needed was a look at the man to know he believed every word of it. I need to hear that this is still the same company. If we're gonna make this thing for you, then I need that assurance. It's a game. Something for the kids. Anything. Mr. Ritterman?
Let me give you a bit of history, friend. In 1972, you signed a contract, a legally binding piece of paper that says whatever is asked of you, you do it. We asked. You did. In 1990, you signed another, a renewal. In it, had you bothered at all to read it, you'd have found a small clause. Any and all directives will be accomplished in the appropriate time and with appropriate compensation should the project be completed to satisfaction. Your name rests at the bottom of that document, and I remember because it was the ugliest bit of cursive I've ever seen. So now you do the work because we've given you a directive.
Mr. Ritterman, we're near the...
Yes. Yes, we are. All of us are. On a ledge. Great things are coming. Great things that will someday make a lot of people very happy. But to do so, to make that dream real, we need this. Otherwise, there's a place we're all for. Together. I'm a businessman, Mr. Silver, and I don't like dead angry. I get paid to see that things get done. And this, like everything else, will get done.
As the protagonist realizes, so basically, Warren Back was threatened with the fact that they signed the contract that basically they had no choice or legal right to question anything. As the protagonist realizes, that's just crazy. As he hears something while walking past the grate.
It's the best for everyone, Doey. That no trace of this place is left. We agree to that.
I know, but us, everyone in there, we're not just things gone wrong. We're people. Can't you see that?
I can. And I'm sorry.
They look up to me, Poppy, and I looked after them the best I could. You disappeared. You left us. We looked and we looked, and there was just nothing. No sign of you. Can you even tell me why?
I had to leave. I had no choice.
That's not good enough. We've starved down here.
As the protagonist prepares to leave, but turns.
Now you're asking us to burn everything? All of us? We've made our life protecting these toys. And they've saved us in more ways than one.
Poppy, she needs you. Done what I could.
I wish there were another way, Doey. But I just don't see it. We'll talk about this later.
As the protagonist runs off, wondering if he should have even listened, but realizes now that Doey and Puppy both want different things, but as the protagonist realizes, who does he trust? Who's even telling the truth? As he gets on an elevator, which begins taking him up. As the protagonist looks around this new area, as they find the type, which they happily take. Should I say happily type? As I insert it.
After a brief interruption, we've successfully extracted subject 1322, specifically 1322B from the Home Sweet Home. Before said interruption, I attempted to detail the subject's condition and overview the suitability of one Kevin Barnes in relation to Project Doey. The neural abnormalities noted in Dr. Newman's report are detailed in connection to behavioral issues demonstrated within play care. Trouble getting along with others, aggressive and often confrontational social tendencies, and an otherwise combative nature clearly relay that Kevin is, put simply, a problem child. What friends he does have, he's reported to have attacked in moments of intense play. These tendencies raise concerns. The subject excels in all physical tests. Reflexes, reaction time, and mental fortitude all tested well above average in game station examinations. So, in spite of said concerns, in Dr. Sawyer's eyes, Kevin is ideal for the project. However, if his use in this particular experiment is to move forward, we need to ensure we're not creating a time bomb just as we've begun stabilizing the entire project. If we're to create an experiment that can fulfill multiple assigned roles, we can't allow any single consciousness to throw the others off. Even a simple misregulation of emotions means we have 900 pounds of dough that can shift however it pleases and can turn on even those it trusts, simply because it was overwhelmed by a stray feeling. Regardless, Sawyer's word is law, and subjects 1322A and C are to be gathered for processing first thing tomorrow morning. Thus, all we can do is plan our safeguards accordingly. Yes, that's all we can do.
As the protagonist realizes that there's 3 children in Doey, as he gets cool.
Hey, can you hear me? There's something. When you get the Omni... Hopefully, it's nothing. Might not be...
As the protagonist realizes what the hell's even happening with him moving forward. As he hears noises, before he finds something peculiar. Continuing, he looks around, realizing, so this is all under the Playtime factory. As the protagonist finishes up the last cart. Okay, as the protagonist takes a deep breath and gets back to what he was doing. And finishing up the puzzle, he gets to move forward, seeing construction vehicles. Confused, he wonders what is all this about, but decides not to question it as he moves forward. As the protagonist prepares to enter no man's land.